Guys, Frank C here. So I'm gonna start making an exhaust for my 61 or the 268, and I'm gonna do it as a two-piece, so like a manifold, and then the pipe can attach to the manifold, so I can actually put different pipes on to the manifold. So I got this little section here, and this little guy is the main adapter that we're going to use. So we're going to get this to fit in here. I know it's a bit big, but I can cut it down and shrink it a bit. Could actually just make it bigger, keep it round. Anyways, this is where I'm starting. I do got a pipe, like a two-stroke pipe with the bell on it and everything from a three-wheeler. So it needs to be cut apart and remodified, but I figured this setup here, I can choose to go with this style, and then I could put the pipe on, or I could put a straight pipe on top. That will more usable, so I don't have to change the manifold all the time. I can just put on different, like a can, or I could put on like a race pipe if I want to. Kind of gives me the option to change the pipe without having to, you know, take all the whole saw apart and change all this stuff. So anyways, this is where I'm starting. I took one of the gaskets off the exhaust and I traced it onto a piece of metal that I already had on the go. So yeah, this is where I start. Thanks. So I'm gonna do this instead. So the circle is the pipe OD and the gasket is there, but you can see it kind of is close to the bolts, so those are gonna have to be tapped in, or like this will have to be dented in a bit on the sides. I may have to actually cut this, probably gonna cut it down to about halfway as well, but this will give me a way to get a close fit here. And I'll probably just make it this big, so it'll, because the air, the cooling is supposed to be blocked, but now with this, if you just kept it small as the gasket, it would come out this way instead of going across the cylinder head, or across the cylinder. So yeah, I'm gonna start off like this instead of like that. And yeah, thanks guys. Here's my exhaust flange with creases in it there to fit around the bolts. And go something like that. Gives it lots of room. Well, some room. Hopefully it's enough. Yeah, we'll just kind of go from there. I'm thinking I'm gonna shorten this. Maybe cut an inch off there, because this pipe here is also pretty long. It does fit in, but probably add it around a little bit now. But I'll fix that. That should go into there, which, you know, it's very long. Probably end up cutting quite a bit of this off as well. Maybe that much. Try and get this right into the bend. And see how much of this I actually need. I can also do slices in this to close that and then weld it. But I do like this nice rounded big angle there instead of a direct 90. Anyways, thanks guys. So obviously it's not welded yet, but this is what I'm thinking. I just cut this down so I can make it more the size of this pipe. And this adapter still fits on. I'll probably end up cutting the adapter about an inch off there as well. But I think that's a pretty good size. Should be alright. It's not gonna be pretty, but honestly I don't really like this seam here inside. That's a factory job, so I don't really like that even, but getting dust in my teeth. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm thinking. And once I start tacking this together, you know, I'll close this, close that, and tack it closed. And then I can tack it to there. And then I can start kind of banging it in to make it fit a little nicer. Which it's pretty good fit already. Like, you actually have to open it to get that pipe in. And then with this setup, you know, instead of having the pipe on there, I can put a little adapter onto here, which will just come out to the normal size of the pipe. Then I can still kind of use it when I want without having to remove the whole exhaust system. But yeah, that's where I'm at so far. Nothing special. And also I could use, because the 288 has a bigger exhaust port manifold set up here, like the bolts that hold it in are not the same distance apart. So I'd have to make a new one of these, like this section here. If I wanna, then I can still use this pipe with only making a new adapter, which that's like a $2 piece, so it's not crazy expensive to do this. And if you already got a welding machine, you're pretty well there. So I'm gonna go out there and try and weld her up. Thanks. So here's the start here. It's probably not gonna be perfect as, like, you know, the top guys that are doing this kind of stuff. But for me, it'll do. That lines up. Now, I kind of want it to fit on my 268 as well. It's got a full wrap handle, so I'm going to have to do some kind of mounting system to hold that as well. So this comes off. If I could do it a little better. So I'm thinking I'll probably just do a spring. One spring will probably be good enough on there. But yeah, nothing major. It was pretty well shaped like that already. And we'll see. I can do some testing to see if it makes a difference. Pretty easy to change the muffler, usually. Anyways, thanks guys. So finally got it a couple minutes to hook this up. I need to mark it. I wanted to see where everything's gonna go, so the spring will go. Try and do it on center on top here, and then one over here, so the spring will go across the top. It's actually very easy to put this thing on. I do need a mount that goes from here down to there. May do two. One here that goes this way, then one that goes down this way. We'll see. That spot's not too bad for being in the way. The dogs aren't touching. So, anyways, before I do all that mountain stuff there, I do want to take it outside and fire it up, see what it sounds like without the bar. No chain, no bar. Got my screwdriver. Let's go. Give her a try here. Give it a try. Take out my screwdriver. Safety glasses. Gloves. No chain and bar on it, by the way. It's been a while since it's been run. Definitely need some way to hold this thing up. Ripping it off. me. Yeah, I have to come up with a mount system for it, that's for sure. Pretty easy though. I think I'm going to keep it up high so I can still use either side of it. Anyways. Thanks guys. So we got a nice, it's all tacked up there now. So I'm going to have a piece that runs from this one to that one, but underneath it doesn't touch the bar. And then we'll just get straps that tie on here and tie on here. Yeah, I'll weld her up. I'm also going to put a spring. I think I'm going to cut probably an inch off of this manifold. And then, yeah, put a spring on, or a spring holder on each side with a spring that goes across. Just like a regular pipe. I kind of like that, it's kind of out of the way. You know, I can put a 90 on there or something if I want. It's kind of, yeah. It's not touching the dogs. It's still got a nice flow. And yeah. It's almost ready for paint. I'm gonna cut off some of this other stuff here too. Like this stuff here doesn't need to be on here. Clean up some of this here more. There's a couple little spots like that can be cleaned off. Yeah, just clean it up. And then I got some high temp black paint that can go on there. And yeah, gonna go from there. Let's see, hopefully it makes a significant difference compared to the stock muffler. We'll do some testing once I get some better days. The weather is just blowing snow pretty constantly. So it's alright. It is winter. I do got this other battery to build still too, so kind of doing a little bit of everything. But it is the weekend right now, so anyways, thanks guys. So this is what she turned out like. I didn't cut this piece yet, and I didn't really finish that piece, but finished the pipe. It's on there. It's on there pretty good. Just one little pipe clamp through there. Now, I'll probably end up putting another one there and another one there. But for now, that'll do. Just to hear it run. Took off all that other stuff that was on there. Had to pretty much rebuild this whole thing here. So many weak spots in it. Every time I do a weld, it just poked right through. So I just cut a bunch of pieces and cut out the pieces. I also took off all the seams. There used to be a seam like this on there. So I got rid of that. find some wood right now, but I'm gonna fire it up. See if I can tune it a little better without the bar on it. See how it turns out anyways. Does sound pretty cool the way it is. I do actually have a muffler for a 2-stroke that would probably could build a little 90 for it and have it come right off there and shoot down with all the exhaust. Anyways, I'm gonna fire it up.
Pretty zippy. Very responsive anyway.
That's pretty cool though. Feels real nice. Have to bar it up soon. Fun times. So, it turned out pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. Gotta get it into some wood, but so far so good. Like I said, it's not perfect, and I still haven't done anything with the actual manifold part. I want to cut an inch off there. Oh, nice, the sticker's finally warm enough to get it off. That's cool. I still gotta take that thing out of there and weld it up good, grind it good. Still gotta open up the inside because it's not even the full size of the port. So, still got quite a bit more to do. I just wanted to test it and see what she's like. And I'm pretty happy with it. It's still quite usable for like holding it anyways. But yeah, pretty cool. A little bit loud. It's got that nice crack to her. Like that pop. Where you can hear it. So anyways, thanks guys.